Hi, this is Professor Martínez-Davila, and I want to congratulate you on reaching this final class session. We have accomplished a lot together, and now you have a very good understanding of how medieval historical research often starts with acquiring the skills and expertise to read medieval documents. Paleography is an enormous barrier to accessing this history. You've done it. Congratulations. What comes next? Well, this week we complete another transcription and interpretation project. Online, you can find additional instructions on how to prepare and submit this second transcription project. More importantly, you will be able to collaborate with your fellow citizen scholars in the discussion forums and provide feedback to one another. Just as in our previous class, you will select one of the following manuscripts to study and transcribe. I have selected these manuscripts to broaden your exposure to city records from the Archivo Municipal de Burgos, so we'll be working with royal, municipal, and church records that are held by the Cathedral's Archive and the city's archive. These include our first manuscript for this class. It is Manuscript Archivo Municipal de Burgos, HI 125. This is a manuscript which is a royal document, a privilege granted by King Ferdinand IV to the city of Burgos to appoint 4 members of the city to judge cases pertaining to Muslims, Jews, and Christians. It is dated 5 August 1296. We are interested in a complete transcription of the document because it may grant us a better understanding of how royal authority was devolved to city governments. Further, the document can help us understand how interreligious relations, specifically conflicts, were handled in medieval Christian Spain. Next we have manuscript ACB, Libro 11, folio 139 verso. This manuscript is from the Archivo de la Catedral de Burgos. We have selected this record because it pertains to a property agreement, most likely a lease, between the cathedral and a local resident on the 23rd of July, 1427. These types of records are particularly intriguing because they often present a microcosm of civic life. They often list all of the persons involved in the transaction, a description of the property, its specific location, as well as the annual rental price, often paid in silver coinage, as well as, my favorite, a specific number of chickens. Isn't that just incredible? Sometimes others close by listing the residents who are in the immediate houses next to that property. So this type of manuscript helps us to reconstruct the broader community and the relationships that held it together. Our third manuscript is Archivo Municipal de Burgos, Libro de Actas 2, folio 9, verso. This manuscript selection is from the Municipal Libro de Actas, Book 2, 1391 to 1392. Libro de Actas, or books of acts, were official records of the local city council. Often they detail who was who in the city, major events and agreements, and other day-to-day affairs. In many ways, these are the secular corollary of the cathedral's records for ecclesiastical affairs. In general, municipal records like this book are not indexed. They are an understudied primary source, and yet one of the most promising ones for historical research and genealogical family information. This manuscript also pertains to the years right after 1390. Why is this important? This was the year of the notorious anti-Jewish riots that claimed many Jewish lives, prompted many conversions, and led to many Jews leaving the Iberian Peninsula. Thus, how did these records address, or not address, these events? In my cursory review of this 80-plus page volume, I identified 5 individual pages that relate to Jews, Muslims, the Judaria, or the Jewish community, and potentially one Morisco, or a Muslim convert to Christianity. This might not seem like much, but the broader context of events, of what was discussed and not discussed in official records, can give us a better appreciation of what this local community considered important enough that it needed to be written down in the official record. We will work with just one page from this manuscript. The last manuscript that you can work with is Archivo Municipal de Burgos, Libro de Actas 2, Folio 18, Recto. It is another page from the same Book of Acts from 1391 to 1392. The page we have selected, Folio 18 Recto, is quite interesting because it is a listing of individuals. Perhaps some of the king's knights. It appears to be a list of men who are knights, men-at-arms, and others who have guaranteed their lanzas or lances to fight for the king. There are some unusual notations next to each person's name. Some are numbers, but others I am not quite certain. So these are our selections for our last class. As I mentioned last week, we are concluding our course with this assignment, but I am hoping that you will help us work on other manuscripts after our current course ends. That's right, you've acquired some very special skills, and I personally and professionally need your assistance. How can you put your expertise to work and contribute to our Global Citizen Scholars research effort to transcribe many more manuscripts and learn more about medieval Spain's Jewish, Christian, and Muslim interrelations? First, register for course updates and ongoing group projects at our website, DecipheringsSecrets.com. We will keep you posted on our other courses, one on Toledo in 2017, another on Granada in 2018, and a newly revised one on Plasencia, Spain. In these courses, we will advance your understanding of medieval interreligious relations in Spain, as well as hone your expertise as paleographers. Second, by registering at DecipheringSecrets.com, we can involve you in our impromptu transcription projects on new documents from Burgos and other cities. Guess what? I have a stash of over 1,000 pages. We continue to have access to even more from the Municipal Archive of Burgos. Of course, we've secured all proper permissions to use these manuscripts, so don't worry. We're advancing this research with a metaphorical blessing of these institutions. What I am particularly excited about is continuing our relationship. Some of the students in this present MOOC I have known since my first MOOC in 2014. They are from Australia, the United Kingdom, Ecuador, Mexico, Spain, the United States, and many other nations. I'm continuously exploring new ways of engaging all of you in this research using the collaborative tools we have available: MOOCs, websites, social media, and even mobile phone apps. Right now, just as I am finishing my revised book manuscript for tenure, I'm anxious to create a very brief short course for prior students like you. As you can see, I really enjoy teaching. For example, what if in 3 months I invited you to a 1-week informal online course, and I would share 2 short lectures relating to new research from the archives in Burgos. We could collectively transcribe 10 pages from the stash of manuscripts. This could really be quite fun, and a chance to visit via social media and decipher new secrets from the archives. Also, I'm interested in making sure that I give credit to each of you in collaborative efforts. Right now, I'm exploring new types of publications, specifically online, where we can properly acknowledge your efforts. In sum, my hope is that we will continue to collaborate, share ideas through these mediums and others. Okay, thanks for your attention. More importantly, thanks for your time. Let's get to work.